Albuquerque police have shot and killed a homeless man by the name of James Boyd, and a few of the police officers have been put on paid administrative leave. Now, a helmet cam video has been released, and it's extremely graphic. It shows exactly what happens, but let me give you the context of what happens in that video. It starts off with the homeless man, James Boyd, who was illegally camping. Authorities confronted him about the fact that he was illegally camping, and they alleged that they were asking him to leave and he had become combative with them. As a result, they fired the first shot, which was actually a shot flash or a flash shot. It's just a flash of light. It's not an actual gun. But that kind of disoriented him. What you're about to see is what follows. Again, it starts off with the flash shot. Take a look.
All right, don't change up your agreement. I'm going to try to walk with you. All right. Love folks, don't try to harm you. Keep your word. I can keep you safe. All right? Don't worry about safety. I'm not a fucking murderer. All right? Try to harm you. I'm trying to harm you. All right? Do it. Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Don't make noise! Put it up! Move it! Move it up! Get your hands up! Still got the knives in his hand? Still got the knives in his hand. Still got his knives in his hand. Put your hands out to your side and drop the knife. Hands out to your side. Beanbag! Beanbag! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Still got the knife in his hand? Dog on him? Negative effect. Still want dog on him? I can get him on him. Yeah, I don't want that knife in his head. I'll be your hands free. No. Alright, he's good. Somebody step on that right hand real hard. He's got a knife in each hand, knife in each hand. Knife in each hand?
So they fired at him several times, as you can see in that video. After he was already on the ground, they shot him with beanbag rounds, and you can hear the cops saying in that video, beanbag round, beanbag. And then after that, I mean, he's not moving, he's on the ground. They decide to release the canine, and the canine goes after him and attacks him. Now, I should note that in the video, you can see him pull out knives. However, there was still excessive force used in that incident, because you can use a taser, you can use so many other means of getting him to drop the knives, but instead they decide, no, you know what, we're going to shoot him not only with a regular gun, but then we're going to go forward with beanbags, we're going to release the dog on him. They had absolutely no regard for his life. And by the way, for what? Because he's illegally camping? He's homeless. Like, what do you expect him to do? Where is he supposed to go?
They can't wait to use the gun, man. They just can't wait to use it. There was no need for that. But look, we don't have to tell you, you saw the video, man. What is he, like some sort of knife expert? Or he's gonna drop you from that distance? He's nowhere near you. I mean, it's one thing if we didn't have the video and they said, oh, he pulled a knife and maybe he was close to the officer, and you say, okay, I understand you were at risk, right? But nobody thought watching that video thinks those cops were at risk. They had their guns trained on him. There was no question that if he made any kind of move to throw the knife, then they could have hit him, but he didn't make a move to throw the knife. He wasn't, it's just, they can't wait to put him down, man, and that's the police state we live in.
But it went even further than that. They couldn't wait to shoot him, and they shot him, but that wasn't enough. He's on the ground. He's not moving. He's not a threat to you. He's not an imminent threat. Just to add insult to injury, you shoot him with the beanbags, and then you release the dog on him as well, and you just stand there while the dog is attacking this man who's bleeding to death or is probably already dead. Now, the cops knew that he had a history of mental illness. They said that they suspected that he was a paranoid schizophrenic. That didn't stop them from behaving the way that he did, or they did. And apparently he had a history with violence, probably because he's a homeless man with mental illness, and we decide to neglect those people instead of help them. Apparently in the past, he attacked people with knives, box cutters, and his hands, and in 2010, he broke a female officer's nose. Okay, obviously he was an issue, so you want to get him off the street, and you want to put him in a situation or a place where he can get treatment, not just leave him on the streets, and then go after him for illegal camping, and then end his life in that violent, terrible way.
Do they still remember that he broke one of their noses, and are they still pissed at that? I don't know. But look, we don't want the cops to get hurt. If he pulled out a knife and he was going to anywhere within proximity of you, we understand. We understand you have a dangerous job. But when you have a dangerous job and we trust you with the ability and the authority to shoot people and to kill them, you need to exercise that authority with far more reason and caution. And anybody looking at that video goes, they just wanted to shoot him.
And let me give you guys a little more context. So the Department of Justice is investigating the Albuquerque Police Department, but not for this particular case. They're investigating for a completely different reason. Apparently, in 2012, the police department had shot at 25 suspects, killing 17 of them. So that is a ridiculously high number. In fact, let's compare Albuquerque to New York City. Albuquerque officers have shot more people than the NYPD, a department serving a city 16 times larger since 2010.
And it's not like New York cops are known for being genteel.
Exactly.
And now if you're shooting at 16 times the rate of NYPD in Albuquerque, that means that the higher ups gave you the green light. That when you went to shoot people, they said, have at it, Hoss, and there was never any discipline for it. That's what leads to a culture where shooting a guy from that distance when he doesn't appear to be a threat to you is no big deal. You're supposed to protect us, man. Look, that's a guy who could potentially be dangerous, but he wasn't in that situation, and you put him down, and he's a human being. That's not what we're supposed to do to one another.